Today we are going to discuss about OET speaking in details. The speaking subtest of the OET is one task that is divided into two separate role plays. The role plays will be between you and an interlocutor, means between a healthcare professional and an interlocutor who is playing a role of a patient or guardian. These role plays will relate to real life interactions and you may have in your specific healthcare field. You will also have a warm-up conversation with the interlocutor before you begin the role plays. The entire subtest will take about 15 to 20 minutes. How does this test work? Firstly, as I mentioned, you will have a warm-up conversation with the interlocutor. The interlocutor is the person who will be your conversation partner for this section of the test, but they are not assessing your performance. The warm-up conversation will not be assessed and is meant to relax you and get you comfortable with your conversation partner. They will most likely explain to you how the speaking section works and then ask you about your previous work, future plans and interest. Again, this conversation will not count towards your mark. So all you need is to relax and get comfortable. Once this warm-up session is over, you will be given a roleplay card with a scenario on it. The scenario will be similar to a real-life situation you might encounter in your particular profession. For example, if you are a doctor, the scenario will most involve a patient or patient's carer asking for information, advice and reassurance. Once you have been given the roleplay card, you will have 3 minutes to read it and prepare yourself to begin. This is the time which you are allowed to ask your conversation partner to clarify anything you do not understand. You are allowed to ask about how the roleplay will work and about any of the content you see on the roleplay card. You may also write anything you want on the card before you begin. Finally, you will participate in the roleplay, which will last for 5 to 6 minutes. After you have completed this, you will be given another roleplay card and the same process repeats. It is important to note that you will not be assessed during the live conversation you have with your conversation partner. Instead, your two scenarios will be recorded and assessed at later time. Again, the warm-up conversation will not be recorded. Now we will discuss about assessment criteria of speaking section. This section is about assessing 5 criteria. First, overall communicative effectiveness, which tells us how well you can maintain a meaningful interaction with the patient throughout the role play. This means that either you are able to initiate the conversation, maintain the conversation, communicate confidently, use appropriate medical terms, use the information from the role play card, wrap up the task in approximately 5 minutes or not. Next is intelligibility. This is your ability to be heard and understood by your patient. It includes a demonstration of skill in pronunciation, rhythm, stress, intonation, pitch, and accent. Third one comes fluency. This is your ability to speak continuously and smoothly without too much hesitation or repetition. This includes a natural speech. Even don't use fragments such as ums kind of sounds. No pauses should be there. Avoiding restarting the sentences. Next it comes appropriateness. This is how well you use the language and tone that fits the context of your situation and your patient, such as being suitable professional language, using appropriate paraphrasing and rewording, adaptation of tone and style to suit the particular situation, appropriate responses to what the patient says, dealing with complicated situations, showing awareness of the patient's sensitives. Last is resources of grammar and expression. This is your level of grammar and vocabulary, which includes appropriate sentence structures, flexibility of grammar and vocabulary, accuracy of language and complexity of language. So this is all about OET speaking. Stay tuned for next video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.